Hello, I'm back with a brand new another board that I'll be spending a lot of time in. This BBB, I'm gonna say BeagleBone Black, but henceforth I'll start referring to it as BBB. It's actually one of the most, I believe I will spend more time with this compared to the last video or the last board that the STM32 board that I showed. This is a little bit more expensive, but still not entirely. Um, it's a little bit more expensive, really. Um, However, I can use this for Linux embedded development, which is great. Um, let's just walk through the board. If you just like I said, I typically go to the manufacturer. So this is the manufacturer's website, bagel.org. And this is the one that I just ordered. Well, I didn't just order it. I ordered it last week and it's still on the way. I'm not sure why it's taking too long, but it's coming. I ordered it from Amazon. So a few things to point out with this board. It's actually pretty cool. It's a 1 gigahertz ARM Cortex A8. This is the chipset feature, which is it has some pretty incredible spec. Um, then here's other spec. When we go to some of the information about the chipset features, you could see made by Texas Instrument, Satara AM3358. Now for the actual board, so this is the chip that runs the board, the microcontroller, the actual board feature. So this is what you'll be getting. And the chip running the controller is here. This is the board feature. So the board feature, a few things to point out here is the memory. It has the SD RAM. These are pretty good, impressive features for this small board. DDR. It has an onboard flash, 4 gigabytes, 8-bit embedded MMC, eMMC. Has the SDMMC connected to the micro SD card. So for flashing your image in an XD card, this is super important to have. Some power management. I'm actually interested to see how this works, if I have access to it or not. But debug support, so it has an optional onboard 20 pin JTAG. Interesting. I hope I don't have to buy a JTAG adapter for this. I'm hoping that I can program it via. No, I know I can program it via SD card. I can also program it via Ethernet serial and also yeah, Ethernet and serial. Yeah. What else does it have? Connectivity to high-speed USB client and the host port. Serial out. I am interested in doing projects involved with this communication, as well as Ethernet communication. It has a reset button, a boot button. Okay, this will probably change the boot sequence. For user configurable LED, so some LED for us to play with. HDMI, LCD expansion interface via a 46-pin header, so which gives you access to some LCD, OT, eMMC, ADC, I2C, SPI, PWSO. Quite an impressive set of features. So I should be able to get quite a handful of projects done using this board. Let's look at the chipset. So keep in mind, this is the feature of the chipset. It won't, not necessarily you have access to it on this board, especially on the peripheral that is valuable for you to use. You might not have access to it, but it's always something good to look at the chipset, the capability of the chipset. So this is the right here. Let's go here. So this is the M3358. All right, so that's the chip, Texas Instrument. We have one ARM core Cortex, Ethernet, operating system is Linux. So I plan to do a lot of development in Linux embedded. So keep an eye for that. So these are some of the features of the chipset. On-chip memory, RAM, emulating and debugging JTAG. Yeah, we have access to that with the BBB. Description. Okay, So let's jump into the board specs. So let's go to documentation. Maybe that might be a good one, a good place to start. Let's go to the overview and see. So it's listing the microcontroller. So we just had to make it faster. What? All right, let's see. Video art. We've seen this already. So this is levels of Ethernet ports, some USB, micro SD card. Okay. Some debug serial header. Oh yeah. Oh, okay. And I'll need a serial console output for that. Okay, that's the microcontroller. SD card, boots, serial debug. So I definitely need this. I'll check if I have one. If not, I'll probably need to buy it. It'll be nice to have it for debug outputs. Yeah, definitely need it. Detail hardware design. So we have the microcontroller, we have the expansion. So these are the things to keep an eye on. Looking at this spec, it gives you some good understanding of how the hardware works or how the board works. We have the micro SD card, the eMMC, USB host, HDMI expansion. So okay, now we have some sys reset, RTC interrupts. So that's a power management system. Okay, do we have access to talk to it? I'm curious. Maybe we do. Yeah, there's a two-way communication there via I2C. Okay, wow, this is impressive. DC input. So I'm just browsing through the spec of this board. Here is a block diagram. So if we look at the microcontroller, we can see that we have a lot of peripherals like the SPI, I2C, CAN, USB. System, we have the DMA, so we have direct memory access, timer, watchdog, real-time clock, memory interface, the LPDDR, EM, LCD controller, interesting, touchscreen controller, interesting. Wow, this has some really good capability, some crypto. I don't know if I will be able to explore all of this or exercise this board with all of this, but I know for sure that I am interested with this block here, at least the first three over here. I2C, SPI, and the ORT. I'm also interested with the watchdog and timers and RTC. Probably the interrupts, GPIO, definitely interested with this peripheral. So definitely we'll get into them. So if you want to see some show or some demo of what I've been up to with this board, definitely subscribe, and I should be making more videos about them. Micro SD card. So we have, well, this is very well documented with literatures. Oh boy, I'll have to read a lot. The USB host, let's check out connectors and see. So this is what we're looking at. We have a 5 volts power supply, Ethernet, and microcontroller, some onboard LED. I believe the LED is right here. And we have the pins, GPIO mode. We have various mode for the pins. Let's see. I hope you can see that they have up to 7 modes. So each of the expansion pin have various modes. So if it's in mode 1, then it has access to this peripheral. If it's in mode 7, then it has access to GPIO. Mode 7 looks like mode 7 is pretty much all GPIO. Then you could do some MMC2 LCD data, timer functionality. Okay. Oh wow, this is pretty cool. So there's a lot of functionality with this. Obviously, I am learning this with you. A lot of these are actually quite new to me. I'm familiar with some, but a lot of them are quite new to me. So this is the serial FTDI USB to serial cable converter that I was talking about, and we will use this for console output. So we will connect it here, and we should be able to see some of the console logs during development. So it will be super handy to have. Okay. So anything else? I think that's pretty. Let's go to picture, and we will stop the demo here. So this is where the XD card lives. We can boot via MMC or SD card or Ethernet or serial port. That's a lot of functionality. All right. So let's stop right here. I'm hoping that when I'm hoping to make some projects, some demos, some show as I learn more about this board. So I will talk to you later. Bye bye.